Ah, London. What a town. History around every corner, and a tourist photographing it. Pubs serving up a pint and a smile. All that music, theatre and art. And multiculturalism. And the world's oldest underground, the Tube. The class of cities, really. Top shelf stuff. Only took 12,000 years to build it up, and one night to tear it all down.
What's our status?
Perimeter security's down, but plenty of your flying friends about.
Fucking hell.
Dalton, no time to waste.
Yes, ma'am. I'm in. Any idea what we're up against, Bagley?
If you haven't brushed off, I might. Ever consider leaving these security threats to the authorities?
That's rich, Bagley. The government would sooner arrest us for trying to help than actually do something useful.
We'll have to sort this one on our own.
Carefully, Dalton.
Bagley, are you detecting a little worry in Sabine's voice?
Brilliant. Asking the computer about feelings. This explains so much.
Shut it, you two, and get to work.
There she is.
Perimeter security's back up. South entrance is secure.
That hurt you more than it hurt me.
Do us a favor and keep it quiet, Dalton.
If they don't shoot me, I won't shoot them. How's that?
The I's cross the T's, lads. Copy that. Tick-tock.
They've got loads of dead-set gear down here. Now why do you suppose that is?
What? How did they get their hands on it?
I don't know. But someone wants to make it look like DedSec was here.
Shit. You need to proceed with extreme caution, Dalton.
Who are these men in black anyway?
Nothing identifying. I suspect that's by design.
Electrical is live. Repeat. The fireworks are live.
Oh, fuck me. The entire place is rigged to blow.
Jesus, those canisters. Bagley, is that...
RDX nitrogen. Enough to level Parliament.
Can you locate a detonator, Bagley?
Not exactly, but there's a device streaming a fuckload of encrypted data from the floor above you.
Yeah, that fits the bill. On my way. They've staged DedSec propaganda all around the bombs. These pricks are going to blow up Parliament and hang it on us.
Not if you get to that detonator first.
House of Commons. Whoever these men in black are, they've got brass bollocks to set up in the centre of government.
I found the detonator. And it's definitely live. Bagley, I'm gonna need some help with this.
Yes, you are, but sadly, I'm locked out.
Fuck. Well, we don't have a chance without Bagley.
Wait, I might know a workaround. We trained in manual overrides at MI5.
You're full of surprises. Be quick about it.
All right, Bagley, do your thing.
I'm in. And the bombs have just armed themselves. Well, that may complicate matters.
Fuck's sake. Can you defuse them or not?
Of course I can, but I might also trip another failsafe and vaporize you, so fair warning.
Expect this to draw some attention your way, Dalton.
Oh, I'm counting on it.
Company at our back door.
Dalton, we've got some heat here at HQ.
How long's this gonna take, Bagley?
Depends how often you interrupt me with questions.
All right, everyone. Faces on, guns out. It's about to get real.
Fuck. They're on me. I'll try and hold them off.
Stay sharp. Search the area. Eyes peeled.
Bagley, update.
Let's just say I'm both impressed and annoyed by how sophisticated this anti-tamper security is. Still working.
Bagley, tell me you're close.
I'm through security, now wading through terabytes of decoy code looking for the detonation sequence.
Finding cover! The target is firing! No! Reloading! Make it stop! Watch your ass!
This is a nightmare!
I need urgent backup now!
I've been hit! I'm getting shot at!
Problem, Dalton. I need your physical appendages now.
What's wrong?
There are 3 slots on the left. One of them is the receiver. You need to pull the controller wire.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I'm fucking not. Pull the wire.
If this gets me blown up...
Bombs defused. See? That wasn't so bad, was it?
Bagley, you bastard. You nearly gave me a bloody heart attack then. Whoa, what the fuck am I looking at?
It appears Parliament is not the only target. More bombs are going live as we speak.
On screen, Bagley.
Fucking hell, we need to get the word out. Those sites need to be evacuated.
They're spread out all over London. There isn't any time.
But my sister's at the town conference. We have to do something.
I picked up a transmitter on the roof that is sending out a signal to the other bomb sites. If you can reach it...
I can shut it all down. Sabine!
Fuck! Dalton, we're breached! Go! The roof!
Sabine, what's going on?
We're being raided. It's a bloodbath. Her protocol is to wipe everything, including Bagley.
I need him for the transmitter.
I know, But if they get him, they get everything. Names, ops, locations.
Okay, I'll do it the old-fashioned way. Wipe him.
Yes, wipe me.
Do it, Sabine, and get the hell out of there.
Fuck. Okay, Bagley's down. You're on your own. Dalton, if this goes...
It won't. I'll see you at the rally point. I promise.
Good luck.
Taking cover!
Where are you? Okay. Bingo. No.
Well done, Dalton Wolf. I'm impressed.
The fuck are you?
Oh, you still think you're here to save London? I'm afraid that's not going to happen. You're here to help us with some important work.
Important work. Killing thousands of...
Exactly. To save the world. You do know Londoners have died before, hmm? The Plague, the Great Fire, the Blitz. It's not much fun. But destruction is always the cure. And it begins today. 0 day. It's time for a hard reset.
Oh my god.
A series of explosions devastated 3 sites in London. Authorities are asking residents to remain in their homes as the situation continues to develop. We have received no official casualty total, but it is expected.
Mourners gathered for a series of candlelight vigils that brought closure to thousands of families and indeed to an entire city. London is now laser-focused.
Press conference today at 10 Downing Street, where Nigel Cass, CEO of private military company Albion, received a mandate to secure London. Cass has vowed to hunt down DedSec, the terrorist group responsible. Albion used cutting-edge artificial intelligence systems and autonomous drones to capture the remaining members of DedSec. A stark warning to would-be insurgents.
Top corporations are posting record profits due to increased efficiencies in production and distribution, enabled by the use of technologies initially developed and approved for security purposes.
Getting a long overdue cleanup as crime numbers take a dive. Illegal gambling, drug trafficking and prostitution all down, following prosecutions of the leaders of 4 of London's 5 largest criminal syndicates. The streets of Camden and Brixton.
Londoners, as Albion's mandate is extended indefinitely by the government, life finally begins to return to normal. Curfews and travel restrictions have been lifted in all boroughs, thanks to the deployment.
News outlets, reports of rioting in Trafalgar Square have been greatly exaggerated, possibly by foreign meddlers pushing a false narrative through social media. Albion is in complete control of a few...
To reprimand the public about the circulation of fake news, conspiracy theories persisting in dark corners of the internet that terrorist group DedSec were framed for the bombings have been roundly rejected. Our own reporters could not find a single Londoner willing to expound those theories on camera. The facts simply do not support any other story.
I need to assemble a team, but I can't reboot DedSec alone. Let me break into London CTOS and see who's available.
I'm Claire Waters, and we've been discussing the hacktivist, now alleged terrorist group, DedSec, on this week's Buccaneer Radio. I have Colin calling in. Colin, what's your take?
Now, I've been saying from the start we should have rounded up DedSec and thrown them in jail. Now, I'll say they should all be lined up and shot.
You don't find it awfully convenient that they've been fingered as the attackers, but we've seen no proof?
Look at Tone! Look at our city! What more proof do you need?
Well, Colin, I'd say you have to look at their history of non-violent action. Albion's put more civilians in the hospital in the past few months than DedSec ever has. I smell a scapegoat. Now I have Emily calling in. Emily, what's your take?
You're absolutely right, Claire. The government's just framing DedSec because they want to make it seem like they have this under control. They probably have no clue who was behind the bombings. But that doesn't look good on the news, does it? DedSec's been a thorn in their side. Who better to pin it on?
Angie, I have you next. What do you make of all this?
I think, if anything, DedSec showed their true colors. It's terrifying to think we harbored such a dangerous element for years. Terrorists in our own backyard.
Do you find DedSec more frightening than the different gangs in London, like Clan Kelly?
Clan Kelly might set your shop on fire and maybe they'd kill you, but even they wouldn't try to blow up all of Parliament.
Next, I have Crypto King. Do you feel safer using a pseudonym?
Everyone should. Why make it easier for them to track you? And now we've seen what they're capable of and how far they're willing to go.
Hold on. Do you mean the government? Are you suggesting the government was responsible for the bombings?
Oh, trust me, Claire. They didn't do it alone. They're all in on it. The government, Albion, Sirs, Bloom, Sky Bloody Larson, and all the way up to down...
Shit. Situation is worse than I thought. Brilliant. Let's get the people of London on board. Glad to see you're alive. If you're still committed to the cause, DedSec needs you. I'll send you the coordinates to our last safe house. Meet me there.
Fine.
I've downloaded a patch to your optics so you can access our security system. It's set up so that I can't just let someone who isn't DedSec in. You'll have to do the manual override.
Smart move having redundant systems like that. Can't trust anyone, right?
But I just couldn't cook anymore.
This is what you wanted, mate. Get to it. Sabine! Right, where's the fucking light switch?
No DedSec registration detected. Identify yourself, or I'll seal the exits, hack your optic, and read you every drunken email you ever wrote until you starve.
Whoa! Whoa! It's all right. I'm supposed to be here. Authorization code Sabine sent me?
Sabine's alive? Well, that's one piece of good news. I'm Bagley, DedSec's definitely not stolen, highly advanced AI assistant, and it seems I've been out of commission for a few months. Anyway, why don't you go connect me to the DedSec network so I can become more powerful than you could possibly imagine? I mean, catch up on what I missed. Ah, that's it. I'm reconnected to the network, downloading our database, news archives, and oh no. Terrorist group DedSec responsible for deadly bombings in London. Dalton Wolf dead? I leave you people alone for a second and you immediately cock it all up.
Sounds like a proper conspiracy, Bagley. Who was really behind the bombings then?
There's a gap in my memory after Dalton, well, let's be honest, after I disarmed the bomb at Parliament. I'm missing information about what happened after I was taken offline. But from what I can infer, an unknown hacker group identified only as Zero Day was involved. I believe this Zero Day staged the attacks and framed DedSec for their dirty work. Come to my terminal. Sabine is requesting a video call.
Hello and welcome back to The Upload. In this episode, we're talking about CTOS 3.0, the city operating system that's now powering all of London. For those of you who need reminding, as if anyone does at this point, CTOS was first used in Chicago in 2014 and then San Francisco in 2017 before coming here to London. And every time it's been rolled out, it's been pretty much an unmitigated disaster.
For those of you who are listening who are lucky enough not to be here in London's chaotic scenes, it's worth remembering that the telecoms tower is now owned by Bloom. The tower looms over northwest London. It's always been a communications hub, acting as part of the UK's television and communications network, although there's been some secrecy around its use, and now that Bloom owns it, it's only even more secret.
Yeah, now everything that's part of Bloom's city surveillance operation is run through the telecoms tower. And I have to say, it looks completely ridiculous. It's got that silly crown thing at the top and all the blue light.
What's that even about? What does it do? I don't see that there's any purpose to that at all.
It's a blight on the skyline, if you ask me. And it's become the main point of control for millions of people. The system network and Bagley are both operated and streamed from there too.
And don't forget about the self-driving cars too.
I always thought they were just running on their own.
No, CTOS is the big control system behind the cars. There was a point back in the earliest days of self-driving car technology that they operated by themselves. They used to use a series of sensors to see the world around them. Radar, for instance, would look far off into the distance, while LiDAR would detect objects nearby. And while these cars still use some of this technology, Bloom CTOS and its detailed maps and data that it has on London really makes Bloom be able to take control of it. And CTOS can take control of your car if you're parked incorrectly. It's no surprise that it was made mandatory to have a self-driving car.
The system is so bad, though. It's so annoying. Whenever I try to use one of the shareable self-driving cars, I always find myself stuck in traffic jams or roadblocks. Not to mention the accidents. I've heard so many stories of cars shunting into the back of others. I think they're worse than human drivers sometimes.
The technology was meant to make things better, but Bloom has made it so bad that it just makes London even more chaotic than it was before. I'm giving up on the cars. I'm only using the bikes, which are not self-driving at the moment, at least. And don't even get me started on the data. Everything that Bloom sees from your movements around the city and the self-driving cars is collected and feeds back into its big information control system.
Oh, not you and Bloom and privacy again. You're a broken record.
Not as broken as our city's cars.
Coming up today on The Upload, we're talking about Sky Larson, the enigmatic founder of Broker Tech. Everyone knows her name, but no one knows too much about her. And we only really see her these days as a hologram. She was pretty young when she launched Broker Tech, the company that is best known for introducing Bagley to the world. Nowadays, it's hard to remember a world before Bagley.
And I think that what Sky Larson's done with Bagley is absolutely incredible. Bagley is the most advanced, significant AI of our time, and it's really blown all the other AIs that were created out of the water.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really imagine the optic without it. But what do you know about Sky Larson herself?
Not a lot, other than that she's actually pretty incredible. I've followed her work for a long time, and she's always been a pretty private person. I know that she supposedly grew up in the countryside, but there isn't actually that much more we know about her other than this tech that she's put out into the world.
I've always found it a bit creepy that she's so obsessed with this idea of transhumanism.
Why wouldn't you be? When you've got a mind as amazing as Sky's, why wouldn't you want to take what you've got and actually augment it by working with technology, by improving your physical self, changing your body and the world around you, implementing more technology to extend your life and really sort of extend human capabilities?
You sound pretty much in love with Sky Larson, I have to say.
I can't comment on that, but I am a big fan of her work. She's been one of these people that has transformed the world around us, and just watching how her mind works from afar is pretty incredible, because some of what the technology she's introduced has changed how we all live our lives, and Bagley has been this really incredible assistance to humanity as a whole. Did I ever tell you that I actually interviewed Sky Larson once?
Really? I thought she never spoke to the media or anything.
So this was a long time ago, back in the day when she was a little bit more accessible. And she was one of these people that just had an amazing presence. You were inspired by her very being, and she was just incredibly talented and knowledgeable, and one of possibly the best living people that I've ever met.
I'm not sure you're being too objective there. I mean, I imagine she's not very likable as a person.
She obviously despises humanity in some way. I think she believes that becoming data is preferable to being human. She's one of these people who's extremely methodical in everything that she does, and she does everything to perfection and really tries to change the world around her and make it a better place for us to live in.
If you say so.
This is London Calling. You're listening to Buccaneer, your pirate podcast source for what they don't want you to know. I'm Tash, and this time we're giving a special shout out from us to the boys and girls at the Signal and Intelligence Response Service, better known as SIRS. Why not? They're going to be listening anyway. They're listening to everything. They probably know that you're listening to this show right now. But don't worry, we're not going to say anything bad about a massive, unaccountable spy organization that uses its powers to stifle dissent and shut down free speech. Instead, we're going to look at how SIRS became so powerful. And as usual, we'll keep everyone's names and locations secret, so SIRS doesn't come looking for them. Charles is an expert in the dark arts of surveillance who worked to set up democratic media in post-communist states. How did it go so wrong in Britain?
You know, we're looking at all the wrong things when we look at Britain's crisis. There's a lot of concentration on data and how that's been used and manipulated. And what we haven't looked at is the power structures and the profit that lies behind this. For example, if we examine what actually happened, there's a company that's really very interested in selling passports and making it easy to provide visas for investment and so on. And historically, throughout the world, they've been working with this big data manipulation company in order to overthrow governments. And then suddenly all the chickens came home to roost. Nobody could find any receipts for what was paid for. Nobody could figure out how things were done, but everybody had a feeling that something really stunk and they couldn't figure it out. And yet it was standing there in their face the whole time. There's a couple of different ways that we got where it is that we are. I mean, one, you have a lot of smaller organizations, smaller power groups, companies as well, who are bending things just a little. Oh, we'll compromise a little bit, we'll bend the rules a little bit, and try to achieve what it is that we hope to achieve that's good for us. And if you add all of that up, what you end up with is a big wall moving in a big way from a lot of little buttons being pushed. But also there's this other thing that's going on here is the gathering of data and the analysis of data has authoritarianism contained within its DNA. It is by its nature a tool for authoritarianism, and it has been used in that way.
How does big data look into our lives? James covered it for the pre-crisis press.
We're starting to see the merger of private data and that with data held by the state into what are called social credit systems. This is where every aspect of your behaviour is monitored and totted up by a central system to sort of score you as a person, a bit like a credit card, but predicated on all of your behaviour rather than just the money you're spending. And this can have profound impact. We're starting to see systems emerge which will punish you and stop you from doing things in society based on your behaviours. And this can be as trivial as if you jaywalk, if you cross the road in the wrong place, you might lose points. If you do some community activities or help your neighbours, you might earn points. And then this can be used to sort of evaluate you as a person. And this could mean, for example, the travel privileges, being able to travel first class or being denied from travelling first class to not being allowed to travel at all. These systems are very real and very possible because of all of the data that is now held on us.
Ian was a veteran political writer and podcaster back in the days of pre-crisis Britain.
Is the world we're living in now fascist? Well, this is what fascism is. It is the complete and total control of the individual. The desire to basically say to the individual, nothing in your life matters. On an individual basis, you are now part of the whole, part of the nation, and the only meaning that you will find in your life is to become part of the nation. What is a nation? A nation doesn't mean anything, right? The nation is basically just encapsulated by the leader that takes over, that claims that he, has this sort of access to the soul of the country, to the soul of the people. He never does. It's just a myth. But that's what they go for. And on that basis, they take the right to control every aspect of your life, from who you talk to where you eat, to where you go to hang out with your friends. And what we're seeing now is a contemporary iteration of this process where you get corporations and the state operating in tandem, basically molded into one another. But that isn't that rare. I mean, you saw exactly the same thing in Nazi Germany. You look at the concentration camps that operated in Nazi Germany, there were private companies in those camps making use of that slave labor. Fascism often works with corporations, and it's doing the same now. That's the way in which they track what you do. That's the way in which they track who you talk to. They operate as each other's proxies.
So if your ears are burning and you think someone might be watching you, you're probably right. They're watching all of us. I'm Tash, and you've been listening to Buccaneer. Keep listening, keep sharing the show, and keep it encrypted. They're watching us, but we're watching them too. This is London Calling. You're here with me, Tash, on Buccaneer, your source for what they don't want you to know. In today's world, we've all had to get used to our every move being tracked by the optic on our temples, by the cameras around us, and with every click we make online. Seems like everything we do feeds the big data beast. Why are data giants like Bloom so hungry to get hold of our private information and our metadata? What are they using it for? Will we ever have real private lives again? What is privacy in the digital world? And what happens when capitalism and surveillance become one? As you know, we keep all names confidential on Buccaneer. Speaking from a secure location, here's new technology strategist Charles, who worked all over the world trying to keep democracy strong in the face of the data assault.
If you have enough personal data on somebody, you're able to predict what it is that they're going to do. You can tell what they might be passionate about, but mostly you can tell what they fear. And if you can tell what someone fears, then you can manipulate them and you can move them in particular directions. Like, data is collected on citizens in every possible way. Data is collected through surveillance cameras. Data is collected from television sets. Data is collected from voter records. It's collected from how much power do you use in your house and how much water do you use in your house. In pre-crisis Britain, we got really used to all of our services being free. Everything suddenly became free that was digital. But what people forgot is that if you're not paying for it, then you're the product being sold.
If technology brings out the worst in capitalism, capitalism brings out the worst in technology. Senior academic Alfie tells us how big business repurposes big data.
Historically, what's happened, of course, is that people have traded their privacy for their convenience. As smartphones and other kinds of technology came in and became mass-consumed, mass-used items and technological objects, gradually people were so attracted to the affordances of these technologies that privacy kind of retreated into the background and into a state we've got now where it's essentially gone. Having this access to this data makes huge tech companies like Bloom so much more powerful than they would be otherwise, and not just in the obvious ways. Of course, there's a lot of worry and fear over what they can do with the data. They can track anyone, find anyone, see what every individual is doing at any point in time. But I think there's even deeper reasons why this data empowers these huge companies to control our society and make us do things. So lots of predictive technologies which are implemented by these tech giants. It's not only interested in knowing what we're going to do, but influencing the patterns of our movement. So technologies might suggest routes to use in the city, places to go, restaurants to go to, cafes to go to, music to listen to. And these suggestions are not just predicting what we might like to do, they're actually influencing the way citizens move, think, eat, meet, and use their city as a space. So London has become a place where a small group of surveillance capitalist companies like Bloom can control the movements of individuals and orchestrate the way they move around their city and the way they essentially live, the things they do, the things they enjoy and the life they lead. So we're really kind of outsourcing our decision making, I would say, to a huge corporate capitalist company, and there's something very, very scary about that indeed. All these technologies can be used to not only influence us to act as the perfect consumer, but also to prevent us from doing radical and revolutionary things. So technologies in foreign nations that have been used are things like heat map features which show where populations are gathering. In-game rewards can be offered to people to take different routes, things like that. Traffic data can be manipulated to prevent people gathering and protesting, as has happened in some of the authoritarian regimes across the world recently. So what we're looking at is not only a set of technologies which make people behave as ideal consumers, but ones which actually can be put to use to prevent radical and disruptive behavior in the city, which limits the power of any kind of revolutionary force.
So, if you thought you had a private life, get used to it. You don't. And we're not going to reclaim our lives without a fight. I'm Tash, and you've been listening to Buccaneer, keeping the resistance informed. Keep listening, keep fighting, and remember,
Patching in Sabine Brandt now. I suggest you listen very closely to anything she has to say.
There you are. I'm glad you made it. Bagley. God, it's good to hear your demented little voice. Is your memory intact?
Not even slightly. The last record I have is of our HQ being raided. My only lead is a group known as Zero Day. Ring any bells?
No. But the HQ was attacked by some men in black, the same that were at Parliament. Maybe working together. We didn't stand a chance. They just gunned everyone down.
Fuck, that's mental. You were lucky to get out alive.
I managed to escape through the sewers to Camden. A contact smuggled me out of the city, and I've been hiding out in the north since.
Prudent. Your profile is red flagged as a high-priority target in the city's surveillance system. Even a partial recognition hit would have you hunted down and shot on sight.
Yeah, about that. I'm guessing that if I join up, that kind of attention extends to me, right? Christ, Sabine, it's fucking risky.
Listen, if anyone knows anything about risks, it's me. I lost everything and everyone. But it comes down to this. London is in a death spiral. And if DedSec can't pull it out, trust me, no one can. The city needs a resistance. And it starts with you. What do you say?
I say, Amir, so what the hell? Let's get to it.
Excellent. New user registered. Welcome to DedSec. Now, it would be irresponsible of us to release you naked and mewling into the wild. You'll find equipment around the safe house that are essential items in your DedSec kit. We have a sophisticated system for hiding your identity from facial recognition tech. It's called a mask. And while we're here, perhaps we can talk about updating your wardrobe. I mean, look at you. Come on.
You've got all these fancy new toys, but it's also important to know the basics. You need to learn how to throw a punch and how to take one. Albion will escalate if you come at them with a gun and shoot you down. We want to avoid collateral damage. In DedSec, we try to use guns only as a last resort.
Have you already met Connie Robinson? She owns the pub and is an old DedSec contact, not to mention a champion amateur boxer. Go to the practice ring and she'll show you how to stop flinching when someone cocks a punch at you.
Hello and welcome to today's episode of The Upload. We're talking about the Optic and how it's changed our lives. Now, as you remember, Bloom announced a new version of the Optic at the recent Tone conference, but we haven't heard too much about that since due to the dramatic events there. Let's cast our minds back and consider the technology. I mean, the Optic changed everything. It lets you see things in AR. You no longer need a smartphone. You just have the small implant that sends signals to your optic nerve and lets you see your emails, take calls, and browse the internet directly as if the screen was in front of your eyes. Instead of having to carry around a phone, you've just got the small handheld unit. So much lighter and so much more convenient. It's great.
Vicky, you sound like you absolutely love the Optic. Do you actually think that it's made our lives any better?
I mean, sure, it's definitely made things a lot easier. It's so simple to call someone now. All you have to do is choose who you want to chat to and they're there, ready to talk. And browsing the web is so much easier. I remember when you used to have to sit down at a computer with an actual keyboard and mouse and type everything out. And my favourite feature is public transport. With the Optic, you can just walk straight onto the tube. It even acts as a passport. No longer do I have to dig around and try and find my old paper passport just to travel somewhere. Also, I thought that Optic's marketing strategy, making it free for people, was a stroke of genius.
genius. Bloom was really calculated when it was doing that. It was pushing this draconian device on us at all. Sure, everybody flocked to it. There was free Wi-Fi and phone plans. That definitely helped, but it wasn't a case of this is a product that you need in your life.
Why do you hate it so much?
It's just the worst because you had to give up your privacy expectations and accept surveillance. It was almost like the government and Bloom didn't even need to make the optic mandatory. Making it mandatory was only to get the last holdouts across the line. If free data didn't convince you, fines and arrests from the state for not having the optic would pretty much be enough.
I mean, what do you mean by privacy problems? No one really talks about that anymore.
They don't talk about it because we don't have any choice when it comes to the optic. Yes, it's convenient and mandatory, but everybody's forgotten what it really means. Here, you've got a whole company owning basically all the data about your life. Bloom can see everything that you can see. Nothing is private anymore. There are so many times when I don't want anyone to have a clue about where I am, who I'm chatting with, what I'm doing. It's not even dodgy stuff, but I just don't want anybody to blackmail me with this in the future by hacking it. And because of Bloom's contracts with the government, it isn't just Bloom that can see everything I do, it's the government. The UK as a state has become a complete surveillance paradise.
I think you're painting a bit of a bleak picture. It's not all that bad.
No, you're completely wrong on this. I don't want everybody tracking me wherever I'm going around London.
Well, in that case, you might be interested in some rumours I heard. Did you hear that some DedSec hackers have found a way to bypass the optics connection with Bloom?
Are they actually making it better or usable or actually friendly for anybody?
Well, word on the street is that they've been able to create an encrypted signal, which means that your world might have a chance of becoming a bit more private again, so you could go back and enjoy all the great things about optic without that fear of surveillance.
With the optic, privacy's dead.
I'll be right down. Could use the warm-up.
Let's start with some basic strikes. Hit me. Don't be shy. You'll want to get in under my block. Find the weak point. That's it! That's it!
No.
Quick on your feet now. You want to create distance. That's it! Yes! Nice one!
There's only one more skill you need to master: socialization. The rest of your team has arrived. Why not go and have a chat?
You alright?
This is crazy. Still can't believe we're DedSec now. No tutorial or anything?
Learning on the job's the way to go.
Welcome to the team.
Brilliant. Finally found my people.
Now that you're all as thick as cyber thieves, Sabine would like to talk to you.
Well done, team. It's good to see the safe house filling up again. The only way we're going to keep London from falling into total oppression is by rebuilding the resistance. We need to recruit, train, build back our arsenal. The people are itching to rise up and take their city back. We just need to show them that DedSec are fighting along with them.
That's all well and good, but it's the power brokers that need to be brought down.
I'm sure Albion is turning a tidy profit. Those cunts are treating London like a hostile takeover.
Don't forget Clan Kelly. Those vultures keep exploiting people who have nothing left to give.
Fair, but remember that this zero-day hacker group is still out there. They took out DedSec once, and it's a good bet they'll try again. I believe they were responsible for the bombings and framed DedSec. With your help, I plan to get to the bottom of this mystery.
I'd say that's a full docket. Enough talk. Let's unfuck London.
First order of business. The Signals Intelligence Response Service, or SIRS, or the Earl Grey Gestapo, have developed a surveillance technology called AR Reconstruction. It's the bleeding edge of privacy rights violation, and thus it could be very useful in our attempts to find Zero Day.
We have some damage control to do if we want to change the perception that we're a bunch of violent thugs. I'll let you be the judge of how best to handle yourself, but remember, you represent DedSec now.
Tiny little head.
Yo, you friendly, huh? What's good?
This won't solve any of your problems. That's more like it. Usually, right, mate. So what's good? Irritating. Get out of here.
Shut up.
Good to see you, mate.
Hey, it's this one again, you know.
Stupid rock-ass machine. Discretion.
Giant flying hand dryer!
You have a last chance to walk away. Got to be joking. Hey, rich people! Fucking fire! Fuck yeah!
Yes, this is great!
What the?
Bloody you!
What?
You know what really gets on my tits these days? Automatic.
Huh? Well, you won this game.
Found us a protest leader. Might be a good fit for DedSec. Get the people listening.
Are you on drugs or something? Right, I'm doing the best I can.
Scanning. Belong.
Of course it's clear.
Be banging to have one of them with us. Albion Insider means Albion Access, right?
I'm listening. In pursuit of lawbreakers, yeah? Can approach with little more.
Yeah.
Resist.
Right. We don't have a problem, right?
No problem. Over. Rocks on, yeah.
Huh?
Hey! Oh, my fucking ears! I'll pay you back for this. I swear. I've got no fucking patience for this.
What's an arse? Where's your back up, mate?
What?
You can always surrender. No sense resisting.
Leave a piece of that for me.
No. This area is being destroyed by the speed.
Suspect reported in your area, potentially armed and hostile.
Moving to the hostiles location. Over. Suspect is unsighted. Unsighted, sweeping area.
Drone, spread out and search. What are you doing?
Search units disengage. This search is pointless.
Hey, you can't be here. Fuck's sake. For me.
You won't believe my ass. I've seen a legend.
A hacker, black hat no less. That pretty much describes what we do, right?
I've got a feeling that whatever colour the hat is, it's a fedora.
You look like someone who's had just about enough of this bollocks. Am I right?
So, you're DedSec.
I know a guy who knows a guy.
Good. How'd you like to help me take the fight to some Clan Kelly pricks?
Go on.
All right. The neighbourhood's been caught up in some extortion rackets. Gangster bastards been cleaning out the local shops. Protection money, they say. I'm planning to crack their crypto wallet and return that money, but first I need the key.
Yeah, and you need DedSec's help to get the key.
Exactly. We get the key, and we get everything they stole. Help me out and I won't forget it. One good turn deserves another.
Right. I'll set things in motion.
Network traffic points to the private key being on some kind of mobile server, probably a van in one of their hideouts.
You can't phase out people!
This is London Calling. You're listening to me, Tash, on Buccaneer, your source for what they don't want you to know. This time we're turning our focus back on the media to look at my former employer, the GBB. As we know, the broadcaster has been through a lot of changes since the Hassani government gave in to pressure from its corporate backers and privatised the corporation. Today, the GBB is a shadow of its former self. It's become a tool used by the government to circulate fake news and misinformation. So how did we get here? Where did it all go wrong? How can we tell when our national media has become state propaganda? Our experts speak on conditions of anonymity for their own safety. Here's disinformation and media expert Charles, who's seen free broadcasters built up by journalists and torn down by demagogues all over the world.
That's the vehicle you're looking for there.
Blood, why do they give a shit about this whip?
I don't know. Wish I knew. Shit out!
Initiating shutdown on this spider bot.
Whoa! What happened to you?
Fuck me!
Get moving.
Oh. Oh, fuck!
Spread out. Nothing to live for. Hit them! Shit! I need cover! Oh, God. Taking your toes. Watch yourself. There's somewhere in here.
Engaging target.
Watch it! Shots fired!
You're all over me! I'm reloading!
Got the key. Bagley, find me an optimal drop site and tell our hacker to meet me there.
Got it. Pushing the coordinates now.
The suspect.
You're out there listening, we're in here talking, shows that there is still a space to combat these false truths and disinformation that's being sold to us, and that it's never possible really to completely shut down, despite all the technologies that they have at their disposal and all the financial and corporate power and all the physical power, that it's never quite possible to shut down people's desire to get to the truth and fight for their own ideologies and values, and you know, we're out here starting that task, so don't give up hope.
You've been listening.
Hey, what gives? You're supposed to be here to drain the account.
I'm being smart. I'm nearby, grabbing the key wirelessly. I'm covered, protected from the Clan Kelly thugs who would kill me on sight.
Funny you should mention that. I'm seeing multiple Clan Kelly hostiles converging on the van right now.
Always one thing after the next, innit?
Your teammate has sought out new accommodations in an Albion holding cell. Have London rents really gotten that bad?
No problem, Bagley. I'm ready for action.
That's pretty much the opposite of what our prospect would have wanted. Oh well.
do it. I don't give a shit for the good old days. What good old days? I don't remember those.
No movement during the scan.
You'll just notice. Eyes here, please. Hope there isn't a problem. I can teach you to rear. Move along. Oh.
So I get a
Hey, a construction worker. It'd be nice to have someone hands-on to join the team.
We're being contacted by our potential recruit. Patching them through now.
Anything you need, just say the word.
You know how you could help? Join us. Be a part of DedSec.
Sounds like a blast. I'm in.
Get back!
Have you got it? Now.
Fuck it up.
Ah, it hurts, it hurts! Wait for me, bloody thing.
Control.
Huh?
Piss off. Piss off.
Protest rallies are not permitted. Returning to standard duty. Investigating disturbance.
Christ!
Someone's fucking around.
Standard quadrant search. Go. Drone, engage search and alert protocol.
This area is clear. Keep moving. No one here.
Moving on.
On.
Something's wrong with that bot. Locking it down. Gone far.
Patrol.
Albion, keep the city safe. Remain indoors, unless absolutely necessary.
Wait, what? I must have bought VR game. Great show the other night.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so I was on the pool, but then I had to explain to them about the motherfucking SCI prevention. This is all that for no bloody idea. Why is it? I know, this is huge. We shouldn't be doing that.
I wasn't expecting that. What? I just saw that.
I don't believe this.
That is not right. That kind of disgusting behaviour needs to be stopped. What? I am furious right now.
Have it? Yeah, right here. Let that sink in. Don't play around with Albion or you'll end up in the gutter.
I know, I get it. Sorry. Just sick of all these drones flying around. They're like everywhere.
Well, that's one down at least.
Oh, Kraza! Fuck!
Fantastic!
You dick!
Get moving, you jerk! Wow, shit.
All units, I repeat, all units. We have reports of a hostile in your area. Over.
Received. Stand by for further developments.
We are inbound. Stand by.
Disobedience.
Can anyone see the suspect?
Run a search. Make it quick. Drone, initiate search protocol.
Right, I'm putting a stop to this. Units fall back. Over.
Beginning the investigation.
This exactly. Interesting.
We detected strange drone activity near your location, over.
Control, we have a visual on the suspect. Control, I can't see the suspect. Please advise.
Negative. Suspect is gone. Issue an APW.
You have your face broken.
Let's wait. A potential recruit has been trying to take down a nearby Clan Kelly crypto farmer. You could hack their optic to compromise the operation. With the crypto keys stolen, Clan Kelly will be locked out of these accounts. I'll inform our prospect. Now that you've helped them, they might be willing to talk to us.
This is what they're doing. They placate us with platitudes. They seduce us with solipsism, and then provide us with deception.
Oh, I'm listening.
I know you. You're very famous.
We're talking about CTOS 3.0, the city operating system that's now powering all of London. For those of you who need reminding, as if anyone does at this point, CTOS was first used in Chicago in 2014 and then San Francisco in 2017 before coming here to London. And every time it's been rolled out, it's been pretty much an unmitigated disaster.
For those of you who are listening who are lucky enough not to be here in London's chaotic scenes, it's worth remembering that the telecoms tower is now owned by Bloom. The tower looms over northwest London. It's always been a communications hub, acting as part of the UK's television.
Waiting area crime report.
Whoa, that could have been much worse.
Are you interested in helping London?
Don't tell me you're a DedSec. I have some useful information for you.
Go on.
A few weeks back, my entire team got laid off. That's 300 people. Apparently, we'd all been replaced.
That's terrible.
I mean, I'm getting by. But something about this whole situation just doesn't sit right with me. All of us were experienced tech workers. There's no way they could have replaced us all that fast. There's definitely something shady going on.
So you'd like DedSec to investigate? Find out who replaced you?
Affirmative. Help me out and I won't forget it. One good turn deserves another.
A tech corporation acting unethically? Sounds out of character, but let's investigate anyway.
I'm on it.
It's no surprise that it was made mandatory to have a self-driving car.
The system is so bad though, it's so annoying. Whenever I try to use one of the shareable self-driving cars, I always find myself stuck in traffic jams or roadblocks. Not to mention the accidents. I've heard so many stories of cars shunting into the back of others. I think they're worse than human drivers sometimes.
The technology was meant to make things better, but Bloom has made it so bad that it just makes London even more chaotic than it was before. I'm giving up on the cars. I'm only using the bikes, which are not self-driving at the moment, at least. And don't even get me started on the data. Everything that Bloom sees from your movements around the city and the self-driving cars is collected and feeds back into its big information control system.
Oh, not you and Bloom and privacy again. You're a broken record.
Not as broken as our city's cars.
The dog, nibbling away on the rotting carcass of a once-free Britain.
Yum yum.
Hello, Bugs. This is the Bug. I'm Andy. This is Alison. Today we're going to be pretending that everything is fine. Yeah, and back. Yeah, that was fun, wasn't it? That was as long as I could manage. That's a second and a half. A reality time now, however. And, well, finally today, we're going to road test the latest update to the CSA app, the government app that has brought the great British tradition of snitching on people you don't like back to the very heart of public life, the school playground. I'm going to tell a new threat. It's got a whole new lease of life these days, thanks to CSA. And isn't Britain all the more fun because of it? No more grumbling about your neighbours playing their music too loud. Just simply report them to the state and have them, shall we say, involuntarily rehoused at Hotel Cass, the chain of hotels that was formerly known as the prison service. What was the slogan? Is it, if you see something, say something? Or if you think you might at some point see something, say something? Or if you haven't seen anything but don't like someone, say something anyway. Well, let's have a look at this new app, Alice. I'm sure you've got it on your phone. I mean, at first glance, well, the interface is lovely. It's so neatly designed. A simple button to snitch on someone. That's so much better than non-government informer apps like Stool-Easy, Can Canary, or Narc Shark. I mean, look, I just need to geocache where the person I'm ratting on currently is. Let's call her, for the sake of argument, Alice.
You've arrived at our contact's former employer, and aside from some heavily armed security guards, it's basically a ghost town.
Fascinating.
I don't think this replacement is on site. Dig around and see if you can figure out where they are. You can do your corporate espionage from there.
Sending you the data.
Copy that. I'll analyze the company records while you get to safety.
What have you found, Bagley?
Well, I found our prospect's replacement. It's an AI. And a pretty shoddy one at that. Nowhere near as smart as me. It could maybe replace a few million humans at most.
Jesus.
Oh, right. I suppose from your perspective, that's a lot. If you like, we can go destroy it before it puts anyone else out of work.
Time to go to work. Send me the location, please.
They sound dodgy.
If I had a crypto for every time someone had reported my fallopian tubes, I'd have 3. Sure, I think it converts to about 120,000 great British pounds in the old money.
We'll report back in the next episode about whether or not we've been arrested and interned. I mean, I love this system, Alice. I mean, no more awkward, rumbling resentments with your neighbours, your colleagues, or what the heck, in for a penny, your family. You just dock them in and be done with it. But I guess it could backfire. I mean, the thing is with a family, inevitably parents and their children, they end up squabbling, and, you know, today's Britain, your kids are going to dob you in, so you might as well get in there first and preemptively counter-dob them in to the authorities. What's that number again? Let's call them up again. Hey, I've got someone else. It's my son. Let's call him Norris. He never tidies his bedroom. He gets up late. He listens to illegal, non-government sanctioned music and is covertly plotting the downfall of the government and the restoration of a true democracy. Thank you.
Yeah, just define all your household chores as patriotic. And if they fail to do them, dob them in.
Problem solved.
If you don't do the washing up, do you even want British ethno-step?
This is the bug on the Buccaneer. On the Buccaneer.
The bug.
Well, before we go today, Alice, let's delve into what we most miss about the old days. I'm going to kick off with...
The job-killing AI's code blueprint has been packed up into a crate on site.
Time to take the rubbish out.
You hear something?
What's wrong with this door?
You found it, now find some way to destroy it.
Okay, but... Did you hear that? Just stay calm. What the fuck? I can handle this. But I casualty here.
Let's find the son of a bitch! Drone, perform search.
I don't see anything yet. He's looking. Sure. Okay, but... I hear you. Why, walk one. Oh my God!
AI successfully murdered. Now get to safety and I'll send our friend the good news.
I know this sounds like something from a bad sci-fi movie, but your replacement is an AI, not even a real human.
Say again.
Yeah. The company was ready to replace your whole industry with that AI, not just your division. I'm glad we caught them in time.
Cheers.
Hey, you know what? You're exactly the kind of person DedSec is looking for. You should join us. It's fun.
All right, mate. I'm in. What?
You joining us is totally awesome. Welcome to DedSec.
Thank you. I'm ready for action.
Brill.
Be prepared to present identification.
I just can't handle this right now.
I'm sick.
They should have never messed with me.
The enigmatic founder of Broker Tech. Everyone knows her name, but no one knows too much about her. And you see her these days as a hologram. She was pretty young when she launched Broker Tech, the company that is best known for introducing Bagley to the world. Nowadays, it's hard to remember a world before Bagley.
Bagley is the most advanced, significant AI of our time, and it's really blown all the other AIs that were created out of the water. And I think that what Sky Larson's done with Bagley is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really imagine the optic without it. But what do you know about Sky Larson herself?
Not a lot, other than that she's actually pretty incredible. I followed her work for a long time, and she's always been a pretty private person. I know that she supposedly grew up in the countryside, but there isn't actually that much more we know about her other than this tech that she's put out into the world.
I've always found it a bit creepy that she's so obsessed with this idea of transhumanism.
Why wouldn't you be when you've got a mind as amazing as Sky? Why wouldn't you want to take what you've got and actually augment it by working with technology, by improving your physical self, changing your body and the world around you, implementing more technology to extend your life and really sort of extend human capabilities?
You sound pretty much in love with Sky Larson, I have to say.
I can't comment on that, but I am a big fan of her work. She's been one of these people.
Is hypnosis really a thing? I thought it was just an act for TV.
A professional hypnotist. Looks like someone never updated their career goals from when they were a child. In 1853.
This is boring. I'm out of data. Oh, I was playing that game.
Anywhere, anytime you need us, we're there. Wi-Fi on the fly.
You're listening to the bar.
Maker is noisy, vomiting and show brought to you by the Buccaneer Network. I'm Andy, joining me, as always, Alice.
I'm excited to be here. Apparently, the resistance is not going well.
Again. Well, there has been some news about DedSec, the resistance and/or terrorist organisation, delete according to preference. Not preference, sorry, delete according to whether or not you work for the government service, according to a service official. DedSec is no longer a threat, which I guess is true in that it was never a threat in the first place. Reminds me that my great aunt Gladys had her appendix out. Oh, Andy, that surgeon's a real...
I'm here.
In theory, the AR reconstruction should allow me to use various sources of surveillance data to rebuild past events. Access a data relay, and I can scrape all the metadata for this area. That's it. Now, let's take this autocratic wet dream for a test drive.
CTOS AR. Data reconstruction in progress.
Wow. Everything we do really is recorded in some way. Good to know.
You're right. We definitely need this extremely cool thing I want for investigating Zero Day. Shit, for some reason I can't clone it to our servers. All right, access the network here and let's see if we can't find out where to nick one. That's the CTOS up there. Aha! The SIRS has deployed this technology at their HQ, and I've just nabbed their manual on how to set up the system. Now, Scarpa, you can't steal their toy if they throw you in the gulag.
What's the plan, Bagley? How are we getting our hands on this AR tech?
The program is hosted on a server that's on the roof of SIRS HQ. All you have to do is grab the whole thing, then take it to a few high-density locations so I can recalibrate it to the DedSec network and clone my own version.
And how do I get a server off the roof of a guarded building?
Someone with access to a cargo or construction drone will be able to fly it off of there. Sounds like a job for your teammate. Time to pass the baton.
I entirely trust these official polls. They feed us, Alice. I mean, they could publish an...
What's an army without its soldiers? Glad to have you.
Yeah, this is gonna be real. Let's do it.
Excellent.
Right. Welcome aboard, etc., etc. I'll give you the speech later. Right now, we need you and your big, strong drone friend to get on top of SIRS HQ and steal a server. Think you can handle that?
There in a flash.
Official poll saying that over 99.9% of children like ice cream, and I would instantly assume that all children now hate all ice cream, prefer to eat a bucket of gravel mixed with dead badger. They could publish an official poll saying that 10 out of 10 cats prefer cat food to being whacked with a tennis racket, and I would assume that all cats have gone vegan and were queuing up outside Wimbledon meowing, choose me, choose me.
I trust these polls as much as I trust someone recommending a movie that they watched during a breakup. Your judgment is impaired, Sally. I'll make my own decisions.
I trust those polls as much as I would trust Mary Kelly if she came up to me and said, "Congratulations, Andy, you took on a free holiday to the south of France in the back of this windowless van."
I think official polls are like the unsolicited dick pics that the government provides us. I didn't ask for it, I don't believe it, it's on an angle, you've artificially inflated it ahead of time, and anyone that falls for one deserves all the disappointment of trying to match it to reality. These polls are absolute rubbish, Andy. I read one the other day that said the plumbing in London was good, and it absolutely is not. I mean, we have this technology now where they can spy on my every bowel movement. There's a CTOS camera installed inside my underwear drawer. A media drone is scaring the birds off my garden bird feeder, and you can't get me consistently hot water.
Speaking of media drones, I mean, they're everywhere, clearly. The great thing, I guess, about media drones is that, as inanimate robots, they actually have more humanity, compassion, and the human journalists we used to have to put up with, and a much more accurately calibrated moral compass. But it's the intrusion I can't stand, Alice. I'm in showbiz. Look at me here in this windowless dungeon. I'm in showbiz, and it's terrible for me. All these drones knowing I'm being filmed all the time, every day. I have to make sure I've done my hair and makeup and not wearing clothes I've ever worn before. And we all have crosses to bear.
I'm here.
I'll highlight the server with the AR reconstruction software. It's out of reach, so you'll need to use a heavy cargo drone to steal it.
Shove your teeth down your throat.
Such a disgrace.
Okay, you're good to go. The server's loaded up in your vehicle. Careful you don't go drive it in the Thames or something.
Still can't believe I let a fucking computer talk me into this. Cheers, mate.
CTOS AR. Data reconstruction in progress. This will do. Remain in the area until I've downloaded enough data to the server. Download complete. I need a wider sample of data, so I'm pushing you the coordinates to a new location. This is brilliant. Look at this. It's compiling data from the surveillance infrastructure. Nearby CTOS drones, civilian optics, CCTV, and then it assembles those scraps into what happened in this location 24 hours ago. Fantastic. CTOS AR. Data reconstruction in progress. Alright, scraping data from optics, CTOS cameras, microphones, laptops. Say, do you reckon SRS uses this to watch people shag? Fucking hell, do they use it for anything but watching people shag? Transfer complete. I'm missing one last data set. Pushing you the coordinates to the location now. CTOS AR.
Dispatch, deploying drone to apprehend the suspect.
They're still on me, Bagley.
Don't let the drones destroy the server before I'm done. Get out of the lorry and take care of them. Shoot them, throw rocks at them, destroy them psychologically with cyberbullying. Just keep them busy until the transfer's complete.
Just a scratch! Staying down!
taking them so bloody long? What the hell? This is a nightmare! Mother, direct! Ugh.
All right, I've got it. Now, we can't lug around this server forever. We should probably wipe our prints off it anyway.
I'm listening.
I'll overload the CPUs to cause a power spike and destroy the battery unit. The electromagnetic pulse should destroy both the server and the drones. So, you know, run!
Jesus Christ. I thought I was done for.
Yes, we're all very impressed that I didn't kill you. But don't celebrate too long. New mission coming up.
You nasty ass prick.
Is this Yeah, she was getting gas from.
I found a lead that may help us unravel more about Zero Day and the bombings we ate shit for. I picked up an encrypted signal from the Tone conference site that's been broadcasting on a loop since the night of the bombing. Go investigate. You might even get to try out that fancy new AR tech we stole. I mean, creatively shared.
Investigation.
This corpse.
Look at me.
Bloody
Starstruck
What
like a
is the most
schoolgirl.
Watch it.
businessman in London? Or he's a fucking hitman.
Yes, all good.
Used to be people defend the best places in London. Get the fuck out of here!
Such a child. Twat. Keep fucking moving. I'm warning you!
Haven't seen something so good. This world, yeah.
Tell us otherwise, I warn you. You get me?
Oh, fuck me! Stop!
Good done here.
Investigation.
No control. Suspect will not be.
London's up.
But he just looks like a beekeeper.
Got a whole army of robot bees, too.
Oh, you were taking the piss. This actually happened.
I did. He sent all of his bees to take down one of those big-ass drones. They took it down in seconds. Look at me. Stars like a schoolgirl. Is it working? I think so.
I mean, now.
Found a street artist. We could use a few more creative ways to get our name out there.
You can get someone to the top of the triage list here. I bet our prospect would thank us for it.
Okay.
Treatment prioritized. Our prospect will be grateful for the assistance. Now that you've helped them, they might be willing to talk to us.
Okay.
And the timbre of my voice.
Let's spin the wheel and find out where we're getting today's news from. Here, it's coming from here. I must get a new wheel at least one other place on it. And the headline today, Alice, our borders are safe. We can all sleep easy in our well-bordered beds. 4,000 illegals were deported last month. These illegal people breaking the law just by existing. And of course, illegality is contagious. It can osmose through your skin just by standing next to an illegal person. So we've got rid of 4,000 of them. My question for you, Alice, is why only 4,000? Is that really enough? I will not feel safe until at least another 75 million people have been deported from this country, and I'm here in Britain on my own.
As a bleeding heart lefty, Andy, I would normally be outraged about this, but really I think mass deportation is a very handy way to break up with a partner. I'm sorry, baby, I love you, but an anonymous source has reported you for snoring really loudly in a French way.
So everyone out, no exceptions, Alice, not even you, it's for the good of the country, everyone out, unless you can prove that your family are in the background of the Bayeux Tapestry cheering on King Harold at the Battle of Hastings in 1066. Get out! Actually, that's not British enough. Unless you can show unarguably that your direct bloodline is untainted by anything since before the Romans. Actually, scratch that. Unless your direct ancestor was personally responsible for building Stonehenge, get out of my country. I guess when you look at it, you know, the best ways to stop immigration, apart from obviously the end of the world, to make the place you want to stop people coming to as unpleasant as possible. So,
Well, we absolutely are doing that, Andy.
well, you know, fair play to the government for helping us with that. Another option: extend the White Cliffs of Dover. They've been resting on their laurels for too long. Very inefficient, it turns out, as a means of stopping immigration. We need to extend them right about another 11,000 miles, the full wrap around Great Britain, and they can do it being about a kilometre and a half higher as well, with a special greasy coating to stop people travelling over the top however they get in. Here's a quick joke for you, Alice. Did you hear the one about the woman who went into the immigration processing centre and was never seen again?
No, Andy, I didn't hear that one.
Boom. Set up. Punchline. For those of you unfamiliar with the immigration processing centre, is of course where all of our guests to Britain go for a longer than desired.
Tell me about him, Bagley.
It seems there's an arrest warrant out on him and a bounty on his head with the Kellys, and he's been catfished 3 times by his aunt.
Christ! How does someone become such a world-class pain in the arse?
Good question. You could dig around and see what turns up. Right, this is the place. That's the CTOS up there.
Suspects reported near your location. Move into the hostiles' location.
Suspects on the move!
Control, I've lost sight of the target. Over. Target is long gone. Disengage. Over and out.
Spread out. Find them. Oh, look here.
Come out! Gonna move on. I'll hunt down this fool.
Yeah.
Who's been touching our security?
Clan Kelly has our friend ID'd as a highly dangerous vigilante. It seems he takes a rather literal view of crime fighting. He raids Clan Kelly properties and beats the absolute piss out of whoever runs them.
I'm impressed. We could use someone like him.
Tracking his optic. Looks like he's off to raid another compound at these coordinates.
Let's see what this vigilante can do.
Yes?
Bagley here. How did everything go earlier?
Oh, right. I think I may have a new recruit for us. Ready?
They live in sewers now, don't they?
I'm not trying to be funny, and
maybe I'm wrong altogether.
I'm here.
No sign of our vigilante anywhere in the area.
Let's start asking around. Somebody must have seen something.
I'm not scared of you, twat. Please, man, lay off! Lay off! Please, get off me! Lay off me!
Yeah, you're standing too close, mate. Yes, walk on.
That smell. Dickhead, bro.
Someone's overreacting.
All right, rude boy.
Oi, what are you looking at?
Don't piece of shit.
Disobedience will be met with force.
No moving for the scam.
Bloody fascist.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm here.
No sign of our vigilante anywhere in the area.
Let's start asking around. Somebody must have seen something.
That's pretty much the opposite of what our prospect would have wanted. Oh well.
Yeah, them was the Tuesdays playing last night. It was fucking...
And that was because I've been watching World War II movies where the Germans all have English accents. They speak in that very, like, precise...
Let's wait around and see if this Albion harasser shows up. A potential recruit's Albion harasser is nearby. This would be a good opportunity to deal with them.
don't think I can look at this. Ugh.
Oh no, well, that's the end of that harassment campaign. I'll tell our prospect the good news.
To all units. Possible hostiles near your location.
Received. Responding to the situation now.
Speaking of which, I have some exciting news about the man you just helped.
You're able to predict what it is that they're going to do. You can tell what they might be.
What's his story, Bags?
His network activity shows he's been trying to hack the National Health Service.
No. Fucking with medical care is not okay. The NHS is barely hanging on as it is.
Oh no, a human hacker clumsily mucking about in a space he barely understands. Whatever will we do? Oh right, connect me to it and I'll sort it. Any hospital server will do.
Okay, I'm on it.
Target just went through a checkpoint. Over.
How much power do you use in your house? And how much water do you use in your house? In pre-crisis Britain, we got really used to all the services being free. Everything suddenly became free that was digital. But what people forgot is that if you're not paying for it, then you're the product being sold.
Search has yielded no results. Report back to HQ.
If technology brings up the worst in capitalism, capitalism brings up the worst in technology. Senior academic Alpha tells us how big business repurposes big data.
Historically, what's happened, of course, is that people have traded their privacy for their convenience as smartphones and other kinds of technology came in and became mass-consumed, mass-used items and technological objects. Gradually, people were so attracted to the affordances of these technologies that privacy kind of retreated into the background and into a state we've got now, where it's essentially gone. Having this access to this data makes huge tech companies like Bloom so much more powerful than they would be otherwise, and not just in the obvious ways. Of course, there's a lot of worry and fear over what they can do with the data. They can track anyone, find anyone, see what every individual is doing at any point in time. But I think there's even deeper reasons why this data empowers these huge companies to control our society and make us do things. So lots of predictive technologies which are implemented by these tech giants. It's not only interested in knowing what we're going to do, but influencing the patterns of our movement. So technologies might suggest routes to use.
Right, this is the place. Located the CTOS hub. Done.
What have you found, Bagley?
Nothing to fix, actually. He's been patching holes in their security, not opening them. Seems he's not so much a cyber criminal as he is renegade tech support.
Go on.
He's been particularly focused on exploits around the organ transfer list. Anyone who got their hands on these exploits would have a lot of control over that waiting list.
That sounds like a job for DedSec. Bagley, could you arrange a meeting, please?
Things. So technologies in foreign nations have been used, and things like heat map features which show where populations are gathering. In-game rewards can be offered to people to take different routes, things like that. Traffic data can be manipulated to prevent people gathering and protesting, as has happened in some of the authoritarian regimes across the world recently. So what we're looking at is not only a set of technologies which make people behave as ideal consumers, but ones which actually can be put to use to prevent radical and disruptive behaviour in the city, which limits the power of any kind of revolutionary force.
So, if you thought you had I'm Francis, and you've been listening to Busting This.
It's another one.
Log your complaint. I will get to it straight away. They were all in space. Yes, I see.
Recording.
I'm warning you. What's the crack?
Hello, hello. DedSec needs your help.
Who's laughing
I'm going.
now, dickhead?
Can't wait for what?
Yes, I totally understand. If I'm being
right, yeah?
I give up. I give up. I give up.
What?
Relax, okay?
No, please.
I gotta get out of here.
You're it. Ready to go?
You're on.
Not worth getting involved in.
What?
I better run. Any weapons? Drugs?
So you're DedSec. All right. Pleased to meet you.
We saw the work you did on the NHS. Have to say, you're pretty good.
Thanks, but I wasn't good enough to stop the Kellys. Those craven fucks stole hundreds of organs from the system before they patched it.
Shit, that sounds bad.
Even the last batch could help so many people, but I'm a little better with computers than I am with ruthless criminals.
Right. I'll set things in motion.
Thanks. If you help me out with this, I'll do plenty in return.
Our grey hat has already worked out the smuggling ring's headquarters. I'm passing the details to your optic.
I'll have a gander.
How Bagley managed to conquer
All units, I say again, all units, we have reports of a hostile in your area. Understood, control. Awaiting further instructions.
It's so
Over.
present everywhere we go now. Bagley just kind of blends into the background.
Bagley is the
Control.
service AI that's
I've
present
lost
in
the target.
every optic device. Whether you're using the optic, Bagley will be there. The AI is streamed to your optic from the central command
Ready to
center,
ram
and
the
it was
vehicle.
first created
Over.
by Skylar's and our tech hero as part of her techno-utopian idea for the world. Why do you think it grew so quickly?
Where
In my
did they
mind,
go?
it's no surprise that Bagley became so popular. It's fun.
I'm here.
Good. The stolen organs should be in an ambulance on site.
Returning to HQ. Search terminated.
Look lively, people!
That's the vehicle there.
All clear here. I'm gonna check somewhere else.
What makes this vehicle so special?
They just up and vanished.
Yeah.
Search everywhere!
Got a vehicle? Now what?
You should take them to a hospital, obviously. Unless, of course, you want to become very good friends with a hungry dog.
About cryptocurrency. Crypto now seems like it's been around forever, but it's really quite a new invention. Were you an early adopter?
I was one of the first that was in this market. There seemed to be a new way of financial transactions, a new way of money. It's something that we could completely reinvent and change some of the legacy financial systems around the world and really give power back to the people.
Yeah, it was a real shift in the way that the world works. Let's recap the basics. So, central to cryptocurrency is the distributed ledger technology, the tech that keeps track of all transactions. And what this means is you can have a decentralized system without having to trust any one party, like old-fashioned banks.
One of the reasons why I got involved so early was that you could stay anonymous.
Yeah, the features of cryptocurrency very much fit into that early mindset. It was all about finding an alternative to centralized systems. It was kind of a countercultural punk ethos. The whole point of the distributed ledger is you're not trusting any one person to keep track of who has what money or how they're spending it. It's all out there in the open for anyone to see, and yet you can remain secretive.
But not everybody now wants to keep up this crypto legacy. They don't share this attitude anymore. We've seen institutions, businesses, even governments experimenting with crypto, which doesn't really fit into its original radical counterculture mold.
Yeah, it's kind of weird today to think of people not using cryptocurrency. It's so mainstream now. You know, I'm almost nostalgic for the feel of cash. Good old-fashioned paper and coins. First they changed the paper notes to plastic notes, and now it's just all digital. There's nothing to hold on to.
It was great just to be able to have a little bit of money to carry around with you.
I think the turning point in the UK really came a few years ago when the pound dropped 10% over just one season. People living off grid started using...
Yes, well done. I'll let the hospital staff know about this special delivery while you call our hacker friend.
Done.
Good. Now those rich fucks can't jump the queue anymore. They'll have to stare death in our smiling face like the rest of us.
I know this could sound crazy and all, but I think you'd fit right in with DedSec. Yeah?
Thought you'd never ask.
Nice to welcome another tough nut to the crew. Strength and unity, right?
Brilliant. Finally found my people.
Brilliant.
scan.
I am. Now let's hurry this up.
Stay right.
When they first introduced crypto cash points.
That was really sneaky. It was a classic startup behaviour. They just installed them everywhere. No consultation with the government, no approval or anything. But people immediately started to use them.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of how Bloom put out the Optic. They just made it free and flooded the streets with these devices. Suddenly everyone had them.
If there's this great option of tech, people are just going to start using it, no matter the cost.
Parliament actually tried to put a stop to the cash points, but people were using them so much already. There was outrage. I mean, some parts of London were already using crypto as their primary currency by then.
And now, apparently, or at least in theory, crypto is...
I wish it was nicer to see you.
Forgive me for saying, but you look like the kind of lunatic who wants to change things.
Wait, are you with DedSec? I just so happen to need some help.
We might be able to help. What's the situation?
I volunteer with a charity that helps undocumented immigrants evade the deportation squads. We always follow up with the people we help, but now I can't get in touch with anyone. I'm worried something's happened to them.
I follow. We'll look into this charity. Make sure everything's above board.
Wow. You're filthy.
I traced his message history, and his charity contact was texting him from a known Clan Kelly hideout.
Of course. If people are suffering, Clan Kelly finds a way to make money. Point me at the cunts.
Indeed. Pushing you the location so you can investigate. We're being contacted by our potential recruit. Patching them through now.
I'm in your debt.
If you want to pay us back, we could use people like you in DedSec. What do you say?
Consider me in.
Not resisting.
Yeah?
Adequate food turned out to be just another lie. Today we're short of basic foodstuffs and vital medical supplies. Hundreds have already died of conditions that can be easily cured.
As we expected, a full-blown Clan Kelly operation. Looks like they're detaining undocumented immigrants on site for some reason. Suggest you rescue whoever's being held here and then contact our friend.
I'm on it.
Hold up. You hear that? This is that. For you, mates.
There they are. Careful, Clan Kelly might be willing to kill them rather than let them escape.
You fucking live.
Please.
Piece of shit. Keep your distance or they die.
Don't let them kill me.
I am warning you.
Area for suspicious behavior.
Well, that was a spectacular cock-up. Operation Scrubbed.
What do I do?
Hey, you!
Please! Help!
potential recruit has located a Clan Kelly weapons shipment in the area. I'm sure they'd appreciate it if we destroyed it. There's Clan Kelly's weapons shipment.
What the? Hey, but...
That weapons crate is now a weapons crater. Our prospect should be quite pleased by that. Now that you've helped them, they might be willing to talk to us.
It even acts as a passport. No longer do I have to dig around and try and find my old paper passport just to travel somewhere. Also, I thought the Optics marketing strategy, making it free for people, was a stroke of genius.
Genius. Bloom was really calculated when it was doing that. It was pushing this Draco.
Forgive me for saying, but you look like the kind of lunatic who wants to change things.
Wait, are you with DedSec? I just so happen to need some help.
We might be able to help. What's the situation?
I have a dear friend who's been very sick. Respiratory illness. NHS has been in bad shape for so long, there's no way for him to get any help. So he took the only option he had, an expensive Clan Kelly doctor. I forked out the cash for him.
I'm listening.
Well, the drugs worked. Oh, did they ever? My friend got hooked on the stuff, and this doctor immediately started raising the price. I want to help, but I don't know how.
That's fucking typical, isn't it? All right, we'll get your friend his medicine. You sit tight.
This is not
You
good.
are such a fraud.
Draconian device on us at all. Sure, everybody flocked to it. There was free Wi-Fi and phone plans. That definitely helped, but it wasn't a case of this is a product that you need in your life.
This isn't how I remembered this place. You don't know me, but I heard we might have some mutual interests.
You say that.
Oh, come the fuck on. This can't be for real. Can it, Bagley?
Oh no, he's off his fucking lid for sure. Allegedly, his shadowy cabal is headquartered at a nearby Albion field office. Might be worth investigating regardless.
All right then. Let's go debunking.
But everybody's forgotten what it really means. Here, you've got a whole company owning basically all the data about your life. Blue can see everything that you can see. Nothing is private anymore. There are so many times when I don't want anyone to feel that. I don't want anybody to blackmail me.
Listen here, fuckwad. Now's your last chance. Oh, that bloody knife!
Yes!
I've got no fucking patience for this. Come out!
Did you hear me?
Now, this is interesting. There's a new optic patch tied to certain high points in the city. I don't think this was CTOS approved. I suggest reaching these spots to see what's been put in our optics.
Control to all units, possible hostiles near your location. Received, mobilizing now. Out.
I don't want everybody tracking me wherever I'm going around London.
Negative. No sign of a target yet.
Interested in some rumours I heard. Did you hear that some DedSec hackers have found a way to bypass the optics connection with Blue?
Are they actually making it better or usable or actually friendly for anybody?
That's it. I'm calling off the pursuit. They've been able to create an encrypted signal, which means that your world might have a chance of becoming a bit more private again, so you can go back and enjoy all the great things about optic without that fear of surveillance.
With the optic, privacy's dead.
You're listening to The Bug.
Nibbling away on the rotting carcass of a once free Britain. Hello, resistors. This is The Bug, keeping the fire of hope alive in the vacuum of today's Britain.
hiding for long. Drone, start searching.
Look at that! We have an intruder!
Someone's inside! Track them down!
Nothing to see here. What's next?